Hello all, it's Melinda. I wanted to stop in today and do a layout for you. This week I was supposed to have a collaboration video up with Scrap Mazing. She has become ill and we need to push our week off till next week, so I thought I'd come on and do a scrapbook page for you so that there was something for you guys to watch this week. When I'm not scrapping from a kit or for a project, just doing my own scrapbooking. If you haven't been around since I started this YouTube videos, you haven't seen me do this. This is my box of, I don't know what to call it. This is kind of how I scrapbook when I don't have a purpose at first, so I don't get lost in my scrap room with all my vast supplies. I have slips of paper that say pad slot 13, enamel dots, and washi. I have to use those three things at least. Anything else in my kit or anything else in my stash, but I have to use those three things. Pad slot 13 would be my recollection cubes have 4 slats in them and they're all lined up behind me, and they're all numbered, and they're full of paper pads. So in 13 would be anywhere from 6 to 8 paper pads, and I have to use just one sheet of paper out of there, out of all of those. So today I pulled this one. It says collection kit, embellishment box 4, 7, and 10, and word stickers. I have went ahead and pulled those, and let's see, embellishment box 4, 7, and 10. 4 is Bella Rouge ephemera. 7 is arrows from various manufacturers. And 10 is one box of hearts. I have 2 different boxes of hearts in them. And it's just hearts from various manufacturers. So I have to use just one thing out of one of these 3. And then for a collection kit, I have all my collection kits stored behind me in my shelving unit. And they are in little envelopes like this. And today I'm going to use My Mind's Eye Yes Please. I have the complete collection kit, I believe, still in here. All the papers and embellishments that came with it, brads and stickers and whatnot, and alphas. So I will use as much from this as I can to make my layout work. But again, I can pull other things from my stash. I believe this is the photo that I'm going to use. It's my 4 children on my daughter's graduation. It just makes me happy to see all their smiling faces, so I think I'm going to do that. And then I have a drawer that has word stickers in it, and I haven't pulled them yet, but I will do that as I'm making the layout. So I'm going to stick you on fast forward, and you can watch this happen. Thanks for watching. I need to apologize up front if you can hear all the kids upstairs running around and whatnot. Summer just started for them, so they are a little rambunctious today. So again, I'm sorry. I'm just going to go through this to familiarize myself with what's in the kit. I haven't really gone through this. When I bought it, I didn't really look through it very well. What's striking me is that there's absolutely no color. It's just cream, black, and gold. So I'm debating now. I know there's lots of color in my photo, but I think I'm going to print the photo in black and white because I want to add a color and I don't want to be tie down to the colors that are in the photo. So here in just a second, I'm going to flip forward. There we go. And I printed it in black and white and chopped it down. So that's what we're going to go with. What I'm finding is that a lot of these would be great backgrounds. So I'm hesitant to cut into them to make them into layers. So I'm going to try a couple of them and figure out which one I want to use. I pulled some cream. It's just not right and it's just too light. So I pulled some black Coordinations cardstock and I like that, but I think I'm going to border it with the horizontal striped paper. I like the look of that. But I like the other side of that too, so I'm going to have to gut it. And I use my Stampin' Up! One so I can plunge it in at 11 and stop it at 11 so that I can cut the inside out fairly even. And then the center is very usable to me, so I've tried cutting it where I just randomly chop up the center and I end up losing more paper because I'm trying to straighten it out. Now I'm not going to tack this down yet. I'm just going to let it float for a while. I thought about doing another square inside a square, but I don't really like that look too much. Before I start cutting layers, I need to kind of figure out title-wise what I'm going to do or whatnot. I'm going to flip through here real quick so I start to peel these apart, the ones I'm going to use. And so I took the X's and the O's and the hearts out. I had to cut some of them out because I wanted the sticky to still be on them. Now I go down this path for a while having the XOXO by the photo, and that'd be great. I even pulled some black tissue paper thinking I might use it. The photo needs to have a border around it, and I'm trying to find one that I like. Everything else is too big scale. The polka dots would probably be the best one, but I didn't like how the light next to it, I guess. So I'm going to do this with the bordered or the horizontal strip one. And it'll still leave me enough for the other side so I can use that as a layer. I'm just going to straighten it out. And then I'm just going to rip it. And I just keep putting the XO back. I like something in that corner, but it's going to end up being the hearts. I pulled that from, I was sitting on my desk just to see. Nope, won't work. I'm going to pop the centers out of these. I'm liking them having just the outline. And then using the smaller hearts with it. I kind of push the stuff around quite a bit. It's not that I didn't really have mojo to scrapbook. I just wasn't feeling this collection. And I knew it when I bought it that I didn't like it after I ordered it and it arrived. That's why it's been sitting in my stash for so long. I pulled this pink. I'm not going to end up keeping this. It was just, I'm going to pick a brighter pink because of the letter stickers I'm going to pick. But temporarily, that pink stays. And that was out of the Jen Hadfield 6x6 pad. I'm trying to figure out my title, and I noticed that this happy is here. So I'm going to have happy in my title. Just don't know what the rest of it is at this point. I'm thinking that I want the photo off to one side and this other stuff sticking off to the left-hand side of it. So I go with this for a while. I'm going to pull some strips, some letter from word stickers so that on my thing. I pulled the white one with the gold at first, but the layout has no white. So I go with the black with the gold writing on it. And that one says collect beautiful moments, and the little one says sweet life. I don't end up using the sweet life. I'm going to go through the hearts and pull whatever I want to use so I don't forget. And I end up just pulling that one gold heart, and I don't end up using that. But if I don't pull something out of these boxes, I will forget to use them. I ultimately go through here and nix these, but then I do go back and pull an arrow. This little banner says, "Time flies, blink of an eye." So we want to use that one. And I just check the rest of the Bella Rouge stuff to see if there's anything else I can use. So there's two things out of the embellishment boxes that I need to use. This sticker is from 2012. It is called Kitten. It's almost like a hot pink. So this is why I end up changing the pink out. And so first I want the title to be One Happy Life. And I try to fuss around with it, trying to figure out how it's going to look. And I'm auditioning different pink papers. This was just in my scrap bin, and it's not wide enough. So I'm going to cut two of them and just layer them. Ends up looking not that noticeable on the finished layout. Back with the XOXO on there. For as much as I stuck those on there, they should have stayed. Now I've cut a lot of this fussing out just because I sat here and moved stuff around a bit. I couldn't make it work how I wanted it to work. I didn't like how disconnected it was. And like I said, I don't know if I didn't have the mojo. But that's basically the hearts that stay. I move the XO around thinking I might keep them. But I don't. Put those back in the bin for the next layout. I'm going to pull the Time Flies banner to the bottom. I'm going to connect the title to the photo cluster. That makes me happy. And then when I pull the title up, I end up nixing the one off. I float the word life to the left, to the right. I need something to journal on because it's black. So one of the cards that were in there had lines on it. So I'm going to tuck it off to the side. And as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking I want to sprinkle some gold and some pink on here. So in order to do that, I'm going to have to take the clusters off. And this is where I find the arrow. So I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. It's going to end up going down in the bottom. I'm going to glue this down. I have an inch all around the side, and I'm going to glue right close to the inside so that when I lay this down, I can pull up the edges and rip them a little bit. It just gives a bit of a dimension to the edges so that they don't lay flat inside the page protector. I don't often work with a black background, so everything just seemed dark to me. I'm going to staple these together. Just getting an idea of how things will look for the multiple times here. I'm sorry. I know I've got to use one of these phrase stickers because they were on the piece of paper with the three things on it. So I can't forget to use the phrase stickers so that I can fulfill the obligation that I pulled out. As I'm fussing around with this, I started doing that when I realized that I have so much stuff that I wasn't using, my brads and all the different paper pads that I have and whatnot. I wasn't using them. I personally think I have too much stuff, but I don't think I want to get rid of anything. So this was the way that I started scrapbooking, so that I would not forget I had something, and it would force me to use things that I don't normally use. It's not that I don't love my stuff and the supplies I have. I just have so much of it that sometimes it would take me forever to scrapbook because I would keep looking in case I had something better. So this kind of just narrows my field. And like I said, I don't love this kit from My Mind's Eye. The 3 colors just don't make me happy together. I need another bright color in there. So it was good for me to force myself to use this. Now that was just Heidi Swap Pink and Heidi Swap Gold Color Shine. I'm going to start sticking everything down. The photo cluster stuck down, and just got to put the embellishments down. I like the sprinkling on the back of the Heidi Swap colors. That made the background a little bit lighter to me, to my eye. Now I'm going to stick the happy down. Now I don't like that the happy is cream with just gold polka dots on it, and as it fades off into the Y gets lost, so I'm going to outline that here in a little bit. I'm going to grab some Fun Foam to pop the edge of that up so that it doesn't rock around. I'm going to do the same thing down there. Now the bright pink arrow looks a lot brighter than the letter stickers because it's just a thin line of hot pink, but it works. I have to cut this, so I collect off and put it on top. Now I'm I believe, yeah, Sweet Life's not going to go on there. I'm going to outline happy right now. And I don't outline individual words, I outline the whole thing. So where the P's overlap, I don't make a line or anything. And it's just freehand, so it's a little bit messy. But that just kind of defined it so that it sticks out from everything else. And then next I'm going to journal. And then we're almost done. I'll read you the journaling. It says, I can't believe how quickly you guys are growing up. All of you make me proud to be your mom. Thank you for being such awesome kids. Love, Mom. And then I wrote the date, 6/16 of 17. I have some crazy hair there, sorry. I erased the pencil lines. And with that, the layout is done. I flip it over and I write layout 78 of 2017, the date. This is process video number 23. And then I tape the piece of paper that I drew onto the back of it so I know what I did. I'm going to show you some live close-ups. I'm going to slow this down right here. So some live close-ups. There is also many close-up shots coming up. So I want to thank you for watching, and look for our collaboration video next Wednesday. And I hope for a speedy recovery for Eileen. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you later. Bye.